Okay, great. All right. Good afternoon, Chair Padilla and commissioners. My name is Denise Serkineff. I'm with the South Orange County Surfrider Foundation. Can we have the slide, please, that shows the July 4th photo right after Mandy? There it is. The infrastructure that exists now is currently and has been for several years creating unsafe conditions and hindering beach access, not improving it at Capo Beach. As you can see in this photo, this was taken July 4th of this year. Riprap and sand cubes are miserably failing to hold the ocean back during any type of wave, storm, or high tide event. The parking lot is often closed, and on that same day was evacuated by police. Maintaining the parking lot is unsustainable. Anything less than removing the entire lot is unsafe and insufficient. Already, one full row of oceanfront parking has been moved back, K-railed, and looks like beach, but it's now covered by sand on top of the pavement. Next slide, please. Sand cubes are meant to be temporary. Leaving these in for yet another 2 years will contribute substantial plastic pollution to the area. And here's an example of one of our volunteers that cleaned up just down coast from Capo. Next slide, please. Showing here, there is already ample parking surrounding Capo Beach. The yellow and white lines to the north show free street parking, which extends beyond the image for about another 1,000 feet of parking spots. Spots are usually wide open during most of the year. Of course, July 4th, Labor Day, Memorial Day might be more impacted, but most of the year it's wide open down there. Additionally, you can see in the green and white lines the very south end of Doheny State Beach, where there's also ample parking immediately to the north. The Doheny lot is very extensive. Next slide, please. Here is a view of the parking lot from the north. You can see how much beach space we could use by simply retreating infrastructure there. Imagine it with a protective, long-term cobble sand dune project. We're asking that the commission be consistent with rejecting this so-called emergency armoring that has resulted in the last 2 decades in a failure to promote a living shoreline. And also, in regard to public outreach, we should consider environmental justice groups, not just local coastal elite in this area on these projects. They need to be considered and reached out to in the process. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, it's Rick Erkeneff here. If you could cue the video. All right, so here we're flying south from the state park. This is the area that is considered the pinch point in the trail connectivity. And as you can tell, there's a significant amount of erosion, but there's potentially some good news behind that trail system. And I'll get to that in just a moment. As we fly to the edge of the parking lot, it's routinely overtopped and backfills with sediment and cobble, as you all know. And the sidewalks and the parking spots have been failing. So this is what we resorted to going to the beach behind an armoring. As we fly here, this is the splash zone. This is where people intermittently get splashed unsuspectedly. And here's that void area that is exposing this ancient old infrastructure that's just buried underneath the revetment. And as we fly south, we're going to see the we're going to see this boardwalk again failing. So where this coast is armored, we lose the beach, and this is obviously substandard engineering. So behind the armoring, it's actually failing. So this is from October, just a few months back, and you can see the sand cubes trying to do their best job. Prior to the sand cubes, again, we're losing concrete, we're losing sidewalks, we're losing parking spots, we're losing infrastructure. This is behind the armoring. Okay, so the sand cubes try their best, but as we see, the county has had to remove all this debris. On any given day, the parking lots can be overtopped and covered with the sediments. The most encouraging part of today's hearing is the commitment to a solution for the trail connectivity by the Capistrano Bay District. And as their letter submitted, it reads, Capistrano Bay District strongly supports the public visitor serving nature of this facility. It is vital for our region for public access to the beach and the coastal trail to be protected to the greatest extent. That green line, that area is the Capistrano Bay District private property. So there actually is space to move back. And what we potentially could work out in the future is their adjacent property should be considered for public pedestrian easement. So we actually could create the trail system connectivity across their private property, perhaps maybe in the future if they're needed to protect any of their streets. So to me, I would just consider the county doing a relatively good job, but these emergency permits have obviously served their purpose and are now out of date. And we actually need to look for more work together with the Capistrano Bay District, because I believe they are the puzzle piece, the linchpin to allow for the connectivity of the trail system. Thank you for your consideration, and we'll look forward to working with all parties into the future. Thank you.
Thank you.